Good day, family. Welcome to the Power Up. I'm your host, Tami Hill Thomas. So glad that you're joining us today as we get equipped, educated, empowered, and elevated together so that we can be difference makers, world changers, right where we are. As we start today's show, we're going to go inside the news. Today, we're going to speak about emergency preparedness, how important it is that you stay readily available, readily positioned, planned, have everything you need in place so that when emergencies arise, you and yours are better. You're safe and you have a plan so everyone's communicating the same language. We know that during the month of January, we deal with so many different issues, whether it's a weather outage, through snow, rain, hail, whether there's wildfires, or whatever the emergency is that you might be facing. We want you to be prepared. We want you to know that you don't stand alone and there are resources that can help you right now. So let's share some of them. First of all, ready.gov is an amazing website, and it is hosted by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. This particular website educates us on how we can be prepared. It gives you sample plans, it gives you different information on tips for what to do in different circumstances. For example, did you know that about 33.9 million, or one in four households nationwide, this is around the United States, will encounter a power outage at least once every year? That means all the stuff that we live for, our refrigerator running, our cell phones being charged, being able to work, everything we need. Those who are on medical machines where you need that power source, at least one time during the year, it is anticipated that every household, at least one in four, will experience a power outage. 33.9 million. That's a lot of us, family. So, how about we get prepared? That we stay ahead of disaster. We stay making sure our family and our neighbors, those aging and the little ones, that they're all cared for. So today, the Power Up just wants to make sure that as power outages might cause disruption in communication, water, and transportation, as it might close businesses that you need assistance from, could cause food to spoil, even water contamination. And how about preventing medical devices from operating? Even those services that we need help with right away. We want to leave you with tips. Listen, our job is to make sure you're equipped. And so we want to remind you that if you are experiencing any type of power outage as a result of weather, as a result of whatever you might be dealing with in life, right? Here we educate you. We want you to consider going to ready.gov. Get the tips. They can help advise on generators, not just for those outside, but how they can help you in your particular home. They are a great resource. They can help educate you. Did you know that you shouldn't use a gas stove during a power outage? Many of us are so used to it because we're looking for heat. So we do whatever we have to do. But do you know there are safety factors in play? It's recommended that you disconnect appliances to avoid damage during an electrical surge. Uh-huh. How many times has the power gone out? You've got your flashlight and then you start unplugging things. That hasn't been Tammy. But as I grew to understand and gain knowledge, helped by ready.gov, it helped me to develop a plan and make sure my family is also prepared. Do you have an alternative plan and path to make sure that you and yours are safe? If not, here's a great opportunity, a great reminder. And how many of those around you in your community are prepared as well? If you have seniors that live next door, does anyone have the emergency number for their family? Are you the immediate person that in the neighborhood will go check on them? How about pets? They need care as well. Let us just remain mindful and strengthened and making sure that no matter what we face, especially times when the power can go out without our knowledge, right? Has nothing to do with us. We can't stop it. What you can do is be empowered. What you can do is make sure you're ready and that you're prepared to be that difference maker for somebody else, including your family. We hope this information was helpful, family. Disasters come, right? We are subject to everything around us. But you have the power to be emergent, to prepare yourself for an emergency. Oh, we're going to keep going with more information, more uplifting, with making sure that we have our global reach, right? We are one on the Power Up where we're so honored to bring you the best of the best. And today is no different. So stay tuned. There's so much more after this. Family, welcome back to the Power Up. I'm your host, Tammy. Oh, we're going to keep right on going with this magnificent show. Grateful for the producers who bring absolute excellence to pour into each one of you and to help make sure that our world, regardless of where we are on this planet, that we grow together as one human race. I am personally so excited to welcome our guest today to the Power Up, Miss Jackie Wu. Jackie is joining us from Silicon Valley, California, and she truly is phenomenal in so much that she does as a difference maker. Jackie, welcome to the Power Up.
Thank you very much, Tami, for having me. I appreciate the opportunity.
Oh, we're so glad that you're here. And with all that you do to be a difference maker, not just in your community, but globally. You and I met on a global platform.
Mhm.
Interestingly enough, at the time, we were the only two Americans. Our very first encounter out of a room of more than 20 individuals from other countries,
Yes.
both honor and humbling. What
Mhm.
type of impact do you feel you make in the coaching or in the industry in general?
Thank you for the wonderful question. I feel that the impact that I have made in the world of coaching is to help others to realize life is a beautiful journey. Let's not suffer from reinvent the wheel. If there's a goal that we would like to achieve, let's be wise to get a coach, a mentor to help us with the blueprint to success. So we be able to get there sooner and without the burnout, the setback, and the frustration. So we can have the energy, the bandwidth to enjoy life with our loved one.
How about that? Listen, and she just said hello. We haven't even delved into the conversation yet. This is Miss Jackie Wu. Jackie, so, okay, corporate America, one part of you, passion and heart in your personal endeavors, your advocacy for entrepreneurship and growing individuals who want to learn more in business. So many different facets of you. So I want to take our time and really walk through the journey because there are some who might meet you today and see maybe I can do that too. So help us first. You are part of Silicon Valley, which is a whole different effort of what you do. Tell us how your impact in Silicon Valley has been.
Thank you very much. I believe that the impact that I have on the Silicon Valley is I belong to many different associations. And then one of them is for the NSA, which is the National Speaker Association. And I have the opportunity to currently serve as the board of director in the role of the program chairs. So from there, I can come in and be invited to give speech into different community, different school, different of the group, different of the chapter, so I can spread the life experience I have. And for me, coming to this country as a refugee from Vietnam and didn't speak much English then, penniless, and to now, with the help of many coaches, mentor, it took a village to help me here. And so now that I am on the other side, having a very fulfilling, peaceful, and calm life, I would love to share my life journey, lesson learned. So hopefully that way, other will be able to get to this stage maybe 20 years sooner than me. So they have more time to enjoy this wonderful life.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Listen, you have a story, a true story of resilience, a true story of endurance, like not stopping, facing it all. Okay, so as you do the corporate work, you also have a heart for mentorship.
Mhm.
Like you say, helping others not have to create the wheel. Why is that so important?
It is critical because when I first came to this country from the war torn of Vietnam, I didn't speak much English, so it's work life is very hard. I still remember when I first had my very first job at a telephone operator. Right, it's easy job. They will have a big of the workforce to hire from. And when I was on the phone talk with Arthur, and because I didn't speak English very well, I communicate a little bit slower than normal because I want to make sure I get the message. And people on the other side, they scream at me, they yell at me, and then people can be so impatient. And I think that is a really
Wow.
kind of life changing impression for me. And from there, I think, well, if I did not know the skill very well, and I have been in this country about 5 or 6 years, so perhaps it would be wiser of me to not continue to reinvent the wheel. Perhaps I should reach out to other already can communicate well on the phone, show me the blueprint to success. Because if I were to go to the library, go online, I can learn it, but the cost is too high. And that is how I reach out to my mentor and my coaches, and they guide me how to communicate, and they show me the ESL class, they show me the different font, and to now, tell me, fast forward 30 years later, if I were on the phone with any stranger in 10 minutes, I would be their best friend and I know their heart. And that is the power of the coaching and mentoring.
Wow. Wow. How easy it is to go back to that life-changing moment, isn't it? Like how important those memories are to help push us and propel us forward. So
Yes.
you are the founder and CEO of Treasure Life's Journey. Tell us what your business mission is and why it's so important.
Thank you. Our mission is to help entrepreneurs to quickly turn prospect into paying client so they can accelerate their business growth without the burnout, the setback,
Mhm.
and the frustration.
Wow.
And to me, that is very important because I remember when I first launched my business during the pandemic, I had no client at all. I was so nervous, and with the sales conversion that I have, and I get the training from the corporate world for more than 20 years in sales, literally Less than 1 year from the day I launched the business, I serve clients across continents, and the business had been thriving since. So I am really grateful. And
That's
therefore, I am passionate to go out there to share my life story, the business story, and help the business owner to realize don't go through the regular path of entrepreneur to work non-stop, to not have a life and constantly get burned out. Get the blueprint of success of someone already been there, done that, perhaps just one or two steps before you, and you'll be able to use that and applicable to you, and you'll be able to accelerate faster, enjoy life more. And isn't that what the business or working or any profession is for? Is to get the best life and a fulfilling life in the shortest time.
Oh, in the shortest time. I love that. Okay, I'm going to stay right here and I want to pull and get as much as we can for our viewers while I can. Because one thing I know is your time is money. So while I have you here, I want to hear, tell us some of the tips that you recommend to entrepreneurs who might be interested in starting or starting and struggling.
Definitely, that is a great question. That is $1 million questions for the start. So I think that's some of the element that they may want to consider. First of all, their vision, why they do what they do. Right. For me, I would like to serve the entrepreneur because in my journey in the corporate world, sales is a very hard profession. Right. But I've been very fortunate with the help of my mentor and coaches. I did not speak much English, but with their guidance, I continue to learn and advance. And my very first career is one of the career that I have at the beginning was human resources in Stanford University. And from there, I would like to make sure that I get a job. If there is any layoff, the entire company should lay off, I be the one standing, because I've been go through so much in life in the hardship with the entry level job. I just really concerned that if I don't have a secure one, well, no, one day I become homeless. And because of that, I think to myself, oh, the nearest, the closest profession I can advance would be for sales. And therefore, I enter into sales enterprise. And with my mentor, my coaching, and my trainer guidance, I work with many of the Fortune 500 company and have been ranked the top 1% nationwide in many of the company I work for. And so with that knowledge in the sale, because usually, right, Tammy, in those company, the sale revenue is very big. It's usually about $42 billion annual sale. So the close cycle, the cycle of convert the prospect to become a client had to be fast. And because I'm accustomed to it, when I come to started my business, it's a piece of cake. And that's the reason why in less than 1 year, I start from scratch and I serve clients across continents. So if I were to look back at an entrepreneur, begin the journey and step into it, I would definitely pay attention to three things. One thing is, beside what skill I have to offer, do I have the skill to persuade the prospect to become client quickly? Very important, because based on many years survey from the startup magazine, only 5% of startup company survive within 5 years, the first 5 years.
Mm.
And within that 5%, the next 5 years, 95% of them will fail. So literally only 1% of startup really can get the revenue and go upward. And therefore, for the business owner, the ability to persuade, to inspire, and to build trust quickly, so help the customer to get the assistance while also increase the revenue in that is critical. And I believe that is the cornerstone of the business, because for me, Tammy, what helped me is when I talk to any prospect, they really know that we only have one conversation. In that conversation, we will see if we are matched. Do they have a need that I can provide, and do they have the funding, the budget that for the service, and are they the decision maker? And one those three elements already been discussed in there. Either we work together with the program or we part way. I don't do follow up, and I don't go for the lengthy marketing for the sales funnel. Therefore, I have the thriving business, long waiting list, and still have time to be with my mom and my family. So the first element is to be able to learn the sale conversion is critical. The second thing I feel that as an entrepreneur, to have the circle of the people surrounding us supported is so critical, because none of us can achieve greatness by ourselves. It is the people that closest to us will either help us to achieve it, or it's gonna make it like a miserable one. So choose wisely,
Yeah.
right? And I also think the third element that is really, really critical for me, whenever I come in an opportunity, I always think of, all right, at the end of my life, when I sit on my deathbed, and I only have about 15 minutes before I leave this planet work, right? And I'm so, oh, what makes me proud, right? And I would think of, okay, I am proud that I am a caring, loving daughter, sister, a spouse, friend, and relative. That's for the personal side. And the other side, I would think that, oh, I would love to be remembered as the entrepreneur, care, and help others. So together, we have wonderful quality of life in this beautiful planet. And because of that, every opportunity come across to me. It is I will base on that criteria to accept it or not. And because of that, when I come and then talk to the prospect, I'm very clear of who that I want to serve. And therefore, in my business, my client and I, we are like best friends. We cannot wait to see each other. And I don't have client management problem. And I also enjoy every moment of it. And that's the reason why my client give great testimonial, and they keeps coming back and referral. So those are the elements that the entrepreneur need to stay focused, know what they want, and keep going.
Wait. If you didn't get all of that, watch the rewind.
Thank you.
Nothing but drenching wisdom. Thank you. Congratulations on your success, but thank you for not leaving it there. Your steps of how to get successful and your heart for helping others actually makes a true impact in the world. So you hit one of the tips that I want to revisit, if I may. First, I got to say it again. I love that your focus, even in your business perspective, is what can I do to be satisfied in the work? You're not just chasing a dollar. You're very focused in what is important, what is the priority, and how it will impact you doing the work. And that's something we often forget. Give some personal tips with how you stay successful and so balanced with all that you do.
Thank you, Tammy. That is a wonderful question. For me, to stay balanced at all with a very busy business and very personal life, with a lot of element coming up, I always remember of the trauma triangle. I forgot the name of the person. So imagine there's a triangle in front of you with the top of the tip at the bottom, right? And the other side at the two end like this, right? Like this one. And so the bottom is the circle as a victim, right? And on the left side is the one that we say, um, persecutor. and the right side will say rescuer, right? Many times in life, the people that we know, sometimes the closest one, let's say that many times, maybe parent, they just like, oh, they want to have the child to do certain thing, and they come and rescues the child certain thing. And if the child sometimes they want to do things their way, then now sometimes the parent will punish the child if they are not doing their way. They become a persecutor. From the rescuer role first, they become a persecutor. So
Mm.
from that persecutor role, if the child submit and become a victim, everything will be okay. But otherwise, it's going to be a journey to handle things out, right? In life, the interaction, for most of the interaction, usually go that way. It's not to that extreme, but go that way. So the way that I see the world, I always try to stay in the center as much as possible, right? And so in my coaching, mentoring, and speaking program, I do not try to rescue anyone. I do not give them advice with the hope that they will have to do it because it is their choice. I only share my insight, my wisdom, and my hope is for them to achieve that role much sooner than me. But the choice is there. So if they don't do it, I'm okay. I don't become persecutor, right? And so on the other hand, also, when that I got some of the comment or some of the suggestion from other people, if I can do it, I will. But I am not going to allow whatever the suggestion, if it is not at the high moral, to pressure me that I have to go their way. I refuse to be in the victim mode. And because I stay in the center of the trauma triangle, I'm always at peace. I'm always stay calm. And the people surrounding me know that we are together to support each other. And that is the main goal. If it's not, then that's not meant to be. It's time to say goodbye.
The sister, the I love that. Thank you. The center of the trauma triangle.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm, mhm,
And you said something really insightful amongst everything else you said. You said the folks around you know that's how you operate.
mhm,
So
mhm.
they know you're at peace, but they know you're productive because you don't allow yourself to swing like a pendulum from one way to the other.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you got that, Tammy. It's very challenging, right? For many of my clients I work with, because there's a saying, we cannot choose our family. We are born in it, right?
Yep.
And my family and I have a very long talk for many times. And let my family member know this is who I am. This is how I operate, right? If we can, we all have our strength and we also have our flaw. Let's work together to go upward by combine our strength and help each other with the flaw. And we know there is a boundary that shall not cross. And so even for my family, for my loved one, they all know that boundary. When the time comes, if I'm being pushed, I let them know the answer is no. And that is the final decision.
Wow. Wow. Honesty, transparency, like your truth to your values
Mhm, mhm,
and being clear with your morals. We often think there's a personal and a professional,
mm, mm,
and we forget it's still all you.
mhm, 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 mhm,
How
mhm,
key that is to those who are successful in high performing jobs and
mhm,
those who might just be starting. It's still, to steal from your company name, it's still life's journey.
mhm, mhm,
I so love, Jackie, that you are here pouring this wisdom into us. Okay, so you're a coach, you're a mentor, and you're a speaker.
mhm.
Tell us, if you will, your work with the National Speaker Association, the Northwest chapter, and how that impacts change.
Thank you very much for that question, Tammy. I am very honored to be invited to be the board director at the specific role as a program's chair. And for that particular role within the National Speaker Association of Northwest, meaning that I am the one that will reach out to the speaker and have a conversation and see which speaker is the best to bring into my chapter, to share the knowledge, the insight. And most of the speaker coming to my chapter usually are the one that already established. They already achieve that level because I want to make sure the insight they share is applicable to help our speaker to become a better speaker and build better business. And that has been a great impact because when I first took the position in last June, I sent out a very rare survey in my chapter. In that survey, I would like to know what my mentor would like to learn. I do not want to impose my point of view on my chapter, although I have the rights to choose the upcoming speaker. And because I give that out survey, I know precisely what my mentor and then all of my member want. And when I bring the speaker in, it will be a wonderful time for them to be able to learn, to enjoy, because I think ultimately at the end, it is the human interaction that's important, right? It is the point of serving and the point of sharing so others don't suffer unnecessary important. And that had been a great impact. And for my chapter, I also bring in many of the different elements. We probably is the only chapter nationally within the National Speaker Association would have afterward, after speaker deliver their presentation, would have the virtual implementation mastery just like you, Tami, before in the W Bank is the facilitator. So I remember you. So I think, wow, Tami, she has always been a great facilitator. How about I bring that concept into my chapter? And so we took the initiative, did it the first time we did the survey. Fabulous. My member love it. And the section that I first facilitate is supposed to be only 55 minutes. We intend for 15 minutes. Then it's go for 55 minutes. And they sit over there for nearly 2 hours and they still not. And I'm saying, okay, ladies and gentlemen, I need to close the implementation section. I have a board meeting. So that is a great initiative. And so if you or your audience would like to get some of the tips to enhance the public speaking or just for speaking communication, please contact me. I would be glad to provide you with complimentary ticket to some of our hottest conference or deep dive conference, and you will love it.
I have no doubt anything you touch is at the top of excellence. Oh, Jackie, listen, and I wish I could we could just keep going, keep going. There's so much more to you. Okay, before I ask you to share some closing thoughts, I do want to make sure everyone can contact you, whether it's about coaching, mentoring, even speaking, whether it's about global business development or even just entrepreneurship and those steps that you shared. This wonderful woman, again, time is money. She is willing to meet and offer opportunity to grow each of us. Anybody who is a viewer, feel free to reach out to her. Her website is treasurelifesjourney.com. She is the founder and CEO of the agency, and you can reach her through treasurelifesjourney.com. But wait a minute, Jackie, there's a few other ways you're offering today for folks to contact you personally.
Definitely, especially only for your audience, Tammy. This is a very private information, but I have much respect and admiration for you, the work you do, and I love your audience. And so I am going to share my cell phone and my email address, okay?
Go right ahead.
Definitely. So my cell phone is 650 382 2365. Again, 650 382 2365.
Wow.
And the email is Jackie, Jackie, L, pardon me, LCB720 at gmail.com.
So I will repeat your email address really quickly, and thank you for sharing your cell number. Jackie LCB720 at gmail.com if you want to send her an email. But again, on your screen is her website, treasurelifesjourney.com. What a powerful human you are, selfless in so many ways, and you're one of the people that I appreciate because of your consistency in being who you are all the time.
Yes.
Before you go, we do get viewers who often are in places where they're looking for hope. They're looking for this platform to power them up, to give them a singe or a surge, to step out there and even start. What tips or words would you have to share and pour into our viewers who are just struggling with even starting, Jackie?
Yeah, that is really wonderful question. It's take me a life journey to learn it, right? So the tip would be, first of all, know yourself and stand by it, right? I usually tell myself, God forbid, if this entire planet vanished and only me on the island survive, I'm still happy just by myself because I am a wonderful human being, just like more than 7.5 billion people. That will put you into the center so the triangle, drama triangle will not impact you. Important, right? So that's one. The second thing is for me, do not hesitate to eliminate the people in your circle if they're not worthy of you. Because if you would like to climb, right, the Himalaya mountain, the backpack you carry have to be light. And it's only what most necessary for you to climb up top. Be sure the people in your circle understand that. We are here to support each other, to inspire each other, not to do things the other way around. So if they are not share the same value, perhaps it's the time to say goodbye. That's the second thing. The third thing, always remember to look back and extend the hands to help others. Because none of us achieve greatness alone. It takes a village. And by contribute, by serving, we will be able to help the world a better place, to help all of us to live in this planet's world and help this one to be more of a peaceful, joyful, and wonderful planet for all.
Ooh, there you go. I asked for some closing remarks, family. This is Miss Jackie Wu, founder CEO of Treasures Life's Journey LLC. Amazing in all of her roles with the National Speaker Association, the Northwest chapter, and in her global ability and platforms as a coach, mentor, even speaker. Listen, treasurelifesjourney.com is the absolute best way to get in contact with her. Thank you for your insight, your heart, even sharing. Did she share her personal cell number, family, with my audience?
Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. We are just so honored. Jackie, will you come back and be my guest again?
I would be so honored. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. There's so much more to you we didn't touch. You're a philanthropist. You're how you are part of your civic association, how you work in the community, how you do one-on-one building. And we just want to get all of that and gain more insight and tips from you as we do go through life's journey. Thank you so much for being part of the Power Up today. I look forward to having you again, family. Whew. There's so much more, but I thank you, Jackie. Don't go anywhere, audience. We'll be right back. Wow.
Thank you.
Hello, Marshall Weeks here with you, and today we're tackling a question that many of us face. Why is it so hard to save money? Let's explore this common challenge through the lens of financial literacy and Christian stewardship. Many of us find saving difficult often because of immediate financial pressures or the temptation to spend rather than save. However, looking at this from a spiritual perspective, we are reminded in the Bible that managing our finances wisely is not just practical, it's a part of our stewardship duties. First, the societal pressures. We live in a culture that emphasizes immediate gratification over long-term planning. Ads and social media constantly push us to spend, making saving seem less appealing. Proverbs 21:17 warns, "Whoever loves pleasure will become poor. Whoever loves wine and olive oil will never be rich." This verse isn't just about indulgence in food and drink, but speaks to a broader mentality of living for today's pleasures at tomorrow's expense. Additionally, many of us face real economic challenges like stagnant wages and rising cost of living, making it harder to put money aside. As Christians, this is where the concept of God's provision comes into play. Matthew 6:33 advises, "But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all things will be given to you as well." While this isn't a promise that financial planning will always be easy, it does remind us that prioritizing spiritual wealth over material wealth aligns us with God's broader provisions. Lastly, saving requires discipline, a fruit of the Spirit mentioned in Galatians 5:22-23. Developing self-control in our financial lives can help us resist the urge to spend impulsively and focus on building a secure future. Saving is not just about accumulating wealth, it's about preparing wisely for the future and honoring God with our resources. It's tough, but with faith and discipline, it's certainly achievable. Let's strive to be wise stewards of what we've been given, and remember, every penny saved is a step toward financial freedom and spiritual peace. You've been empowered because you should prosper.
I'm your host, Tammy. So glad that you're still on the ride with us to be better, to change those around you, our world, so that the next generations to come are that much better for what we do right now, what we do today. Remember that this moment will soon be a memory. So, what we do to maximize it is what's important. Dropping a seed, sowing some knowledge, lifting someone else, doing something that cultivates the planet so that over the next time, over whatever length of time that is, something will grow and a harvest will manifest. You have the power to do that. Whether you're the farmer, whether you're the one who tills the ground, maybe you're the one who plucks out the weeds, whatever your role, even if it's the gatherer at harvest time, is just as important. So don't take this moment for granted. You be a difference maker. Oh, as we started today with Inside the News, the important information about staying prepared Emergency preparedness is too important. And we actually reminded you about how power outages affect us all. Let me give you another statistic to think about. Approximately 70%, that's almost 23.6 million households, report a power outage lasting as long as 6 hours. So, are you prepared if your electricity goes out for at least 6 hours in the wintertime at 20 degrees? Are you prepared if you're without electricity and it's 90 degrees outside? Are you prepared for a long period of time to be without an electrical source to help move whatever you take for granted in life so you can continue to be the best you and your family be healthy and safe? Family, our job on the Power Up is to equip you. Go to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security's ready.gov. When you go to that website, they have information on weatherizing yourself, getting prepared for storms. They have information on helping you not just with the outages that I shared, but how you can get information on so many different ways to be better, preparing for wildfires, severe weather. Are you prepared for electrical storms? Listen, rain and thunder and snow and lightning and all of that is going to happen as long as we exist on this planet. But you can be ready. You can build a kit that is also available on ready.gov, a list of emergency supplies so that you can share that with mama and auntie and everybody else to remind them how important that list of contact information, those medications that they're on. So if for some reason they can't speak for themselves, you or whoever is their emergency, that ICE person, that in case of emergency person on your phone, can be contacted and know what's going on. It is too important for all of us to be the best us so that we can help others around us. www.ready.gov has sample plans that can help a family communicate quickly during the emergency situations. They've got a plan for you. You can just fill in. You don't have to create the wheel. There's things you can do to help you be better. There's also apps and emergency numbers that can help you as you need to know how to be alerted through that wonderful cell phone when there's an emergency. Are you connected with your state emergency or your county or your local city? Do you know that when weather is bad in the area, there's ways to be alerted by your phone? How can you use that device to make sure you're as ready as possible so you can take care of you and those around you? All of these resources are outlined at www.ready.gov. Come on, family. Take this knowledge, be powerful, and be the difference maker you can be. Oh, and then we met amazing difference maker in Miss Jackie. Woo. My goodness, my goodness. When I tell you I'm so grateful for our producers for bringing the absolute best, Jackie, on many global levels, works with individuals that we see in different places and might even think are untouchable. And yet, with all that she does, she still prioritizes the need to have that human, one on one, valuable contact to make it doesn't help for us to be great and run. You want to help others be great too. I thank you, and so does the Power Up family, Jackie, for joining us. You can reach her by going to her website, www.treasurelifesjourney.com, to learn more about her work globally and to even tap into her. Learn what resources, speaking opportunities you can hear and grow from. And if you're seeking her for coaching, mentoring, speaking, whatever opportunities might be out there, reach her by going to her website, treasurelifesjourney.com, or watch the replay because that magnificent lady released her personal information. I will just share really quickly her Gmail in case you have pen and paper. Jackie LCB Larry Charlie Butler 720 at gmail.com. But we recommend go to her landing page, go to her website. Best way to get her. Wow. Thank you, Jackie, for joining us. And she committed to coming back to share more insight. If you're an entrepreneur looking to grow, what a great mentor or a great opportunity to learn from someone who's already excellent at doing it. And as we close up the show today, we want to leave you with this. Our hearts continue to be with those who are experiencing disasters around this globe. We don't take for granted that when things seem to be going well, that they actually are. There are some individuals who have learned how to wear that mask well. They learn how to wear it so much you never know that anything's going on. They always have it at 1,000 and amazing. Never get sick, never have money issues, always nice to everybody. Oh, right? Even Jackie said there's a balance to living in the center of the trauma triangle. Sometimes it means letting folks go if you know they're not willing to support your journey. And she said, respect your worth. Ooh, that hit me sideways. You've got to know how to allow you to be your priority. And not just the you right now, but the you where you're going, your vision, your hopes, your dreams. You deserve to be happy. So if folks aren't pushing, if folks aren't lifting, and they're only draining or naysayers or stumbling blocks, it's not for us to put our effort to persuade someone to like me. Let me say, listen, I learned the hard way. There's a lot of people not on Team Tammy, and some of them are family. Okay? Reality check is hard. But then you figure out, I'm in this space now in life where this is my goal. And nothing and no one is going to stop me from winning at life and helping somebody else learn what winning means. Jackie reminded us that winning isn't here, making sure that all we have with us starts to manifest. And I appreciate her sharing her expertise because she even reminded us that her number one point is to figure out how to use your gifts to make money. That's how you sustain yourself. Not just working for somebody else till you can't work anymore, until they shut down the company and now you're looking for a job. Figuring out what you were birthed in this earth to do, those great things about you, and get income from them. Yeah, connecting with that coach, that mentor, connecting with those advisors, people who are experts in those areas that can pour into you. Listen, as wonderful as you are, as amazing, and I mean, listen, rock star, fabulous, whatever you want, adjective yourself out the door, as awesome, there's still only limited knowledge that you can have. No one knows absolutely everything. There's always opportunity to grow. I live my life with the slogan, always be a student. I learned that from a mentor because as wonderful as that mentor was in giving me stuff I didn't know, I couldn't write it. I was flipping the pages, writing with all they were. Oh, keep it coming. My mentor, right? They have a mentor. They have an advisor. They have a coach because we can all be stretched. We can all grow, right? It's like watering a plant. You don't just water it one time and never go back to it. You want to keep it vibrant. You want to keep it producing. You want to keep it looking amazing, smelling amazing, changing the atmosphere. Come on, man. You are the one that can be that person to you first and then to those around you. I finally stopped looking for validation. I stopped looking for folk to be Team Tammy. It took hurt. It took the one I thought always had my back to not in a moment when I really needed them. It took that for me to shift and decide I'm not putting my stuff in people anymore. I'm going to put it in me first and see what I can be the best of. I'm still going to pour. I'm still going to love because there's great people in the planet around you. You're not an island. There's so many people that are awesome around you. But what I found is while those folks were hating or disliking or not agreeing, what I found was that there were new people that were all for the vision. So in that season, in that moment, that's what the focus was. I want to share it in one more way to consider. Farmers, I shared a minute ago, there are different roles for farmers, the same way there's different seasons, right? But every season is so important in their journey. See, all I see is going to the grocery store and getting the strawberries or the grapes or the bananas. All I see is going to the grocery store and getting the bread or getting the milk or getting whatever I need, right? That's what I see. The manifestation. I don't see the work that went into getting it to that place. So somebody had to take seeds and put them in the ground. Someone had to find a way to cultivate seeds from what was already producing to make sure they're ready to go in the ground at the right time, right? Putting it in the ground at the wrong time can destroy the seeds. Nothing will grow. But at the right time, with the right water, with the right fertilizer, with the right ground, with the right, it will manifest. So as we leave you today, check your ground. Check what space you're in life in your season. There are things I need now in my 50s that are my focus that would not have helped me in my 30s when I had kids pulling from me and running to practice and have homework and hair and all the things that were going on. I'm in a different season in my life. But I still need seeds, fertile ground, watering, and then I need somebody to pick out the weeds, even if it's me doing it myself. Thank you, Jackie, for reminding us of the power of no. Sometimes we got to remember that it's okay. It's okay to say, nope, catch you next time. I'm going to finish this class. I'm going to get this certificate. I'm going to finish writing this book. I'm going to finish. Execution is everything. And family, all that you want is right at hand. You just have to get your plan, make some progress steps, start making those accomplishments. And sometimes, most times, it means connecting with someone who you see winning and you want to cheat from them and learn and grow, or who you know has expertise in that field that you need to learn from. Also, you can be better. Ah, this has been a serious power up for me. I personally am going to watch the rewind. And family, may all the information today help to get you equipped, educated, empowered. Come on, and elevate somebody else. As always, we thank our production team, the best of the best behind the scenes. We also thank you, all of our viewers, for all that you're doing across this globe in whatever space you're in to rise up, stand up, and show up and help somebody else in whatever capacity that is. We thank our first responders who run into harm's way when we're running out. And we thank our military who sacrifice their freedoms just to make sure we can have the freedoms to disagree. Our veterans who are trailblazers, medical professionals, teachers, everyone, you deserve to be celebrated. So go on out and do something to celebrate you today. We look forward to seeing you on the next Power Up. Take care. Until next time.